We're underway at Allianz. Cherry Evans floats one up in the air. It's an awkward bounce, but the big dog's got it eventually, and back he comes.
Someone's knocked out. And looks like a bad one.
Tolu Kola.
It's going to be your play the ball, Jared. Just on the numbers.
This looks like this will be his night.
Most disappointing for the young man. Kick off. Everyone's got great intentions.
Oh, he gets himself in an awkward position, Bill.
Takes Jared Warrior-Hargraves on head on. Well, all the build-up.
Oh, he hits the forearm. Nothing illegal.
So Ben Trebojevic wasn't used until the last 25 minutes of last week. Look at his brother. Tom's gone all the way over from where that collision occurred to rev up Ben Trebojevic, who'll spend the rest of this game at left centre.
Well, Tolu Kola was the match winner last week. And if he's not on the field, they don't score that try. They're not here tonight. You're going to have to do it without him.
Surging defence by Manly.
What's happening here?
He was still on the field. I'm going Jared there again. Jared, he was still on the field, mate.
Well, Kola was still on the field when they played the ball, so they'll have to go and play it again.
Everyone's getting excited. So Kola off for inspection. We shouldn't be too premature, but...
Oh, it's another knockout.
Oh, big hit. They're charging out of the line.
Jake's gone.
Oh, not Jake. Oh, dear, oh dear. 20 seconds gone. They might be down by 2 men already.
Boys, give him space.
Oh, poor old Jake.
Give him space.
Yeah, Jake's a low tackler.
Give him space.
He's a rare forward these days who tackles low. This time he goes high and gets his head in an awkward position. Once again, gets the forearm.
He gets the shoulder, Joey. He might get the point of the shoulder of Lindsay Collins. Yeah, the intentions are good for Manly. 2 tackles. 2 players have come off second best.
You can't lose your technique. It's all right to be aggressive, come out of the line, but you've still got to have some
well, the trainer said he's okay, but then the independent doctor has said he's got to go as well. He'll get assessed, Jake Trebojevic. And if he passes his HIA, he'll come back on the field.
Well, that's nowhere near as bad as Cola's. Cola was out on the ground. He was out for 10 or 20 seconds.
Well, Jake looks slightly more encouraging than Tolu Kola. We've had 2 tackles and we've got 2 in the HIA. So Nathan Brown's out there now.
Well, Jared's going to take the third.
Go 2.
No, he's not.
Well, this is an offload now by Crichton to Suuali. Brown into the game through the opening skirmishes is going to be something to watch. Now Radley, a return after just 3 weeks, a miraculous return. And here's Tedesco in his 250th. Keary on the left-hand side of the ruck. He was roughed up by Lodge. He stood over him and gave him some extra treatment on the ground, but the referee doesn't intervene. What an action-packed opening minute. Danica.
Yes, we've just had confirmation that Tolu Kola has been categorised as showing Category 1 symptoms, so his night is over. We are still waiting on confirmation on Jake Trebojevic's grading, but obviously too, if he is Category 1, that is 2 ruled out. That means the 18th man will get activated.
All right, and that is Clayton for Lalo, who is an outside back. Thank you, Danny. Gee, those first 2 runs by Manly, they punched straight through the middle.
Well, the first one was Lehigh Hopewadu, who plays well above his weight. He's only 80 kilos. And Taniela Paseka.
Out to the left now with Tom Trebojevic, who is playing on sheer bravery. Lawton, Brooks.
Oh, he was let down there. He was let down by his outside man.
James.
That was on. Was it Tommy Talau?
Yeah.
He missed his assignment.
He got stuck in the gates. And Tommy Talau, and look at him, he misses the jump. Ben Trebojevic is up there. There was a real chance there on the last tackle.
Yeah, Lehigh Hopewadi, 80 kilos, Bill.
Well, we were standing behind him in the warm-up. There's nothing of him. He's going to grow. He's only 19 years old. He's only just getting started in his career. He plays well above his weight.
Good spectacular effort. Just on halftime last week was a pivotal bit of play in the outcome of the game. Collins jarred here by Brown, but bounced off. Danica, what else can you tell us?
Yes, we've just had confirmation about Jake Trbojevic. He has been classified as Category 2, which is certainly some relief. He has 15 minutes to prove his health over this next short period of time.
All right, Danica, thank you. A sensation of a start. And a penalty to the Roosters.
Well, the other tough thing for Tolu Kola is that's an interchange. So if Jake can pass his interchange, he'll come on for free. Those interchanges are vital in these games. You only get 8.
The two number 8s colliding there. Paseka on Maria Hargreaves. Keary calling Radley underneath.
Well, he's protecting that left side of his body while he's running with that ball.
Keary flat. Crichton with a short pass. Gee, the clash. Olavatu v Kickout was box office last week, and Crichton steps up to take on the Manly Beast tonight. Sandon Smith holds the number 7 this evening. Manu exploring and ran straight into the back of his own man. 10 away. Keary out towards Tupou. He's got the running leap at it. The ball comes out the backwards, and Suuali takes it to ground.
Yeah, Manly got players around the drop zone.
Connor.
Playing to your strengths, the Roosters. We know what Tupou's like under the high ball. The competition in the air with Lehigh Hopewadi. But the Manly players, they supported their winger.
Now they're holding and dragging, but Olavatu finds the Allianz turf a couple of metres out from his own line only. Oh, Lodge. Big contact with Collins there.
He was really good last week, Lodge.
Brooks for Talau. Targeting Sandon Smith. He missed 10 tackles against the Panthers. They went at him relentlessly. And now Turbo. Hint of a high arm. No penalty forthcoming. And now for Nathan Brown, who played 10 games for the Roosters last year. Cherry Evans struggling here, gets it to Turbo. Eventually out to Ben Trbojevic. He rolls a kick in behind. Brooks is after it. His old flatmate Tedesco nabbed it out of his hands.
Well, isn't this game warming up? Coming here tonight, I thought it'd be a beauty, but a lot at stake, the intensity of this game. Could play the ball.
And now Teddy, whose stats are off the charts this year. 200 metres a game, 158 tackle busts, 22 try assists. Oh!
What?
Boom!
Olavatu.
What was that?
Collins got up laughing at him. That is no laughing matter. What a start. Can we bottle this? Sandon Smith up in the air, attacking Bob. Young after it. Spills it, but backwards. And then the ball knocked out of the hands of Marnie, but it's a knock-off.
Can we look at that hit again? Olavatu on Lindsay Collins. Here it is here. Bang. Oh. Lodge was down low.
Billy, what would he weigh, Lindsay Collins? 110?
110, yeah, 108, 110.
He just got ragdolled. Look at this. Oh, look at his timing. Oh.
They can't keep this up, Joey.
Well, we saw it in Origin 3. It went for 50 minutes. We were like, oh, this has to open up soon, but it didn't.
It's been no get into your structure and get a bit of rhythm going. It's been breakneck pace. How good is it? Lodge.
It's a double up now, short sides down their left side, Manly. And they're getting great success by it. Once again, short side.
Brooks takes on Smith, gets him around the legs. He's 1 from 1 in finals. Brooks here took him 230 games. It was worth the wait. A hanger by Cherry Evans. Tedesco comes racing out to make the catch.
You spoke about last week Sandon Smith missing 10 tackles. It's a plan. They're getting at Sandon Smith and then doubling up the same way down that short side. That's success already.
Played to Watson. Radley dummying to Tupanua. Stopped by Lawton just over the halfway. Watson flat on the chest of Warrior Hargreaves. Now a Smith kick to end the set. Tommy Talau doing a wonderful first year at Manly. 17 tries, equal most in the team. Along with Tom Trebojevic, who ran decoy there, and now Lehigh Hopawate. Surrender tackle was the call, so they are allowed a little extra time to get off the player. As Garrett gets back to the 20.
You're milking.
Only 4 tackles used here. Just to the 30 now, Manly. Brown slipping a pass away to Matt Lodge. And here's Cherry Evans.
He might go down to Brad Fittler. We're behind the glass up here, but geez, the noise of the crowd. How's the atmosphere?
Well, the first couple of minutes, the Manly crowd are right behind us, and they pretty much just sat there with their mouths open. They're all just looking at each other thinking, what are we going to do from here? And they're just starting to get their voice back down the northern end. I think the cheer squad's down there. They've got the Manly chant, and it's just rumbling at the moment. They're just enjoying watching these two teams go at each other.
Oh, and go at each other they are, Brad. That was a fierce run by Suuali. Watson trying with some footwork. Gets up to Manly's 40 now. Keering. Bradley looks out, takes on the defence himself. He got cut off on the outside. Croker with the tackle. Keary towards Tupou's side of the ground.
What a great
everyone.
kick. Billy, you spoke
Play the ball in the
about
middle.
pre-game
Mark square.
in the grand final when Keary's kicking game.
It was near perfect. In the last 3 sets, they've turned the ball over inside that 10-metre box, close to the sideline, near the try line. That'll be the plan. And Coach Robinson will be happy with this start by the Roosters.
It's in stark contrast to the scoreline from earlier in the year, 34-30. 64 points, and none after 10 minutes of an engrossing semi-final from a sold-out Allianz.
Yeah, Ben Trebojevic then wasn't happy. Jared got his head in really close on the ground.
There's a mistake. Lawton leaves a pass behind off Nathan Brown.
Your ball.
Well, this is what they've been working for in the last 4 sets. Turn the ball over in good field position and force the error. Error by Lawton here. Brown, short passes, just a little bit behind him.
Well, Victor tested out that shoulder then, Bill.
They get a set start here, the Roosters. This is where Luke Keary's got to step up. James Tedesco, he'll be heavily involved down this end of the field.
Well, a lot of the plays come left. With Kohler off, Trebojevic normally a back rower in the centre. Surely they'll target him to go that side now.
Little inside pass there. Watson for Suuali Tupanua, another of the battery of players who will be leaving the Bondi club following the completion of the season. Warrior Hargreaves picked up now Watson. And Smith taking on the defence, where he's hit hard by Brown. And Lodge there also. Crichton. To the 10. Now Tedesco weaving, and a pass for Radley, who goes through a wide open gap to score the first try.
Yeah, great play. James Tedesco and Victor Radley. Really nice combination here. Love what James Tedesco does when he gets the football. He doesn't go sideways to the space straight away. He goes direct, and then he bounces off his left foot. Harvey Norman replay. He makes Brown come in, and Victor Radley trusts his captain and his fullback that the space is going to be there, and he delivers a beautiful pass. Just watch him go straight here. and then bang off the left foot, draws Brown in, and then a beautiful pass to the returning Victor Radley, who scores under the post. And the Roosters, they strike first.
Isn't that a nice sequence of play? They get Angus Crichton one-on-one down the left side, gets a quick play of the ball, and their skipper stands up, James Tedesco, and he plays to one of the toughest, well, not one of, the toughest in the Roosters jersey, Victor Radley, playing with a broken shoulder.
Well, he went out of structure, didn't he, Joey? He was on the left-hand side with Keary.
Yeah.
And he said, no, the space is in the middle of the field. He went out of structure, dominated the call, and Victor Radley supported him.
That's one cool looking Victor the inflictor on that side. Great to have him back. Successful kick 6-0. The returning Radley, opening the try-scoring account. And if there is a knock on Manly, it is that their defence can leak points, 118 of them in the 4 games leading into tonight, yet when it was tested in an elimination environment last week, their defence was what kept them in the game. So I suppose the numbers don't necessarily tell the whole story. Well, there's one excited Jack on the side.
Olavatu again.
On Collins too.
They clashed in Origin in a couple of occasions this year, and they continue a running battle. More news, penalty. Very costly on play for Danica.
Yes, you just saw Jake Trbojevic on the bottom of your screen moments ago. We have had word that he has passed his head injury assessment, and he is due back on the field any second now, which has certainly come at a huge relief to Manly fans.
Behind the line.
Well, that's the second penalty they've handed the Roosters. Anyway, going to get the discipline on.
Well, they're playing against the most undisciplined team in the Premiership, Andrew. Most penalties. Most 6 against the comp for the Roosters, but they have turned one over here.
That was a pressure ball. That was an inexperienced ball by Sandon Smith. Put way too much pressure on his back rower.
So just on that, Brad, like the discipline factor, it's been something you've been particularly observant of with the Roosters right throughout the year.
Well, the Roosters, they're the most penalised team. They give away the most 6 agains. These days, the way with the speed of the play of the ball, in the old days you could defend penalties and you just get your defensive line in order and you could defend it. But these days, with the speed of the play of the ball, very hard.
Trbojevic back on the ground as Croker goes to Cherry Evans. He looks to put some footwork on Angus Crichton. Pulled down inside the 20. Not a great pass. Picked up on the bump by Brooks, and now Paseka to try and reintroduce some direction to this set. Last play coming up. Looks for Turbo. You can see he's moving with no freedom at all. And the pass bounces in favour of the Roosters, and Collins has the ball back. Dubbing shot. Garrick on Daniel Tupou. 19 tries this year. His best return in a season. Always been tipped over.
It's too smart from Jared.
You just tip him up
Jared
in a dangerous
sees
position.
him
I don't think
lift
there's
him,
much
and watch
drive in
Jared. He drops his head.
I think it's more tips him over.
Watch Jared. He comes in. He feels him lifting, and then he'll drop his head. Leave him drop his head down. Too smart. There's 3 penalties coming out of trouble. They've gifted the Roosters.
And a shift immediately from the restart. All the way out to this left edge where Crichton is tackled by Garrick in conjunction with Cherry Evans.
Keeping his tackle counts up. Daly Cherry Evans already up to 7 compared to the other side. Brooks has only made 1.
Sweeping Tedesco, offloading Suuali, breaking free. Tedesco almost got in the road. Across to Keary, first receiver. Radley. Oh, the ball's gone down and now it's swooped upon by Manly.
He put his hand out there. Lindsay Collins. Victor was looking to play behind him. There's their first penalty, Manly. Listen to their fans. They know how important. They want that combination error penalty. Usually equates into points.
Yeah, they're taking their time now, Joey. Using up this clock, regroup. Just watch their halves combine down this end of the field and bring Tom Trbojevic into the game.
Telstra is the proud naming rights partner of the NRL Telstra Premiership and has been back in the game for 20 plus years. This is footy country, and isn't this a footy stadium?
Come back!
This is peak finals footy right here on 9 now, right around the country, live and free. Yes, Brad.
Manly have also gone to their bench. Taniela Paseka has come off, and Josh Aloiai is inside Jake Trbojevic there. He's gone on.
Thank you, Brad. There's the fresh man running Manly to within 32 of the Roosters line. Trbojevic sneaking Lawton on the left edge. Disentangles himself, plays it back. Brooks working in with Cherry Evans, and now Olavatu. There comes the assistance for Keary in the form of Suuali. That was a super fast play, the ball. Cherry Evans now, a kick that will come down near the goal line for Ben Trbojevic, who left it behind. And then it was picked up by Lachlan Croker. A little to examine here. It looked messy.
Coming back to tackle 0 for Manly. I've got a knock on Roosters first, then a knock on Manly.
Well, I'll look at the contest. The first contest in the air. It was Dom Young, and Tommy Talau goes up for the ball.
The kick chase has been cleared as onside. Just need to see who gets the first touch.
Well, it looks like it goes backwards anyway. I think Dom Young gets a touch on the football.
Look at the handing of Tommy Talau with the black strapping. It touches the ball first into Dom Young's hand. First knock on is against Manly. We have a decision.
Did you see when Olavatu got the ball and there was players in motion? Turbo was coming around.
It's a knock on Manly in the field.
He had Reuben Garrick leading outside of him. The players around Olavatu tried to get him one-on-one with Keary. Last week, Olavatu, he was on another planet. He was that good. Him and Kikau went at it. And the longer the game went on, they just couldn't tackle him. Watch players in motion. He gets one-on-one with Keary, but he needs help. Look, Suuali comes in, Jared comes from the inside. Once you can get at a half like that, a big back row, you can start manipulating the gaps in and around Keary. Freddie.
When you talk about the value of penalties, it just gives you the chance to put people around Olavatu and look at the damage you can do, and then all of a sudden Cherry Evans get a kicks over and they nearly score a try. That's the first penalty. They nearly score a try.
Keary. And on the flip side, Crichton to Cherry Evans again. Flops the ball out the back, which is caught right in time by Keary. Played to Watson. Smith stepping up with a kick on play 5. Deep and into the corner. I heard Cherry Evans say to you, Andrew, that Turbo is being held together with sticky tape. Sounds like the 12th man back in the day.
And a lot of sticky tape. He's so tough. Mentally, physically. He's Hobarati again.
He's got 10 line breaks in 13 games before tonight. If not for Lachlan Galvin, you'd say he's nearly Rookie of the Year, Lehigh Hupalata, such as his effect been. This is a good roll on by Manly. Terry Evans kicking in behind. Tupou was up flat enough, and then Tedesco comes through, and that's a good tackle around the bootlaces by that man again. This is the most experienced and oldest team competing in the finals, Manly. We pointed that out last week, and it's worth reiterating because Daly Terry Evans has said we know that we have the experience just to hang in when things aren't going our way, and that's what gave them the chance to pull off what many thought was almost an impossible victory last week.
I was worried with that right foot step, Simon Smith.
Manu offloading. Some broken defence here for the Roosters to aim at.
Oh, tackle.
Oh, Terry Evans on his Queensland teammate Collins.
That was a judo flip.
Young now. Ball's gone back off Manu. Ria Hargreaves taps it down to Sandon Smith. He rolls in behind. Ball bouncing end over end. Turbo's there. Can he get rid of Crichton? Yes, he can. And Suuali. He gets back to Tupou. He might not be at full pace, but that is sublime.
What a play. What a player. Tom Trbojevic.
Oh! Valuable offload. Garrick.
Oh, look at this bloke. He loves it. Olavatu.
What about this game?
Wow. Hopewadi.
Is that 80-kilo Hopewadi with a fend on Hargreaves?
Might have got the whack across the snods for his trouble. Yes, Brad.
Well, Lockie Galvin can't get Rookie of the Year because he spent a couple of weeks on the sideline. He was suspended. So Lehigh, maybe a chance.
I'm glad we've got you here. Thank you, Brad. Olavatu.
Oh, what? This just dushed Angus Crichton then. Went straight over the top of him.
Here's the last. There's your experience.
Did you see that, Bill? Olavatu went straight over the top of Angus.
Well, once he realised he was going to be tackled, he really leant into the contact. And we see here, just watch here, once he realised he's going to be tackled, he actually goes towards the contact and initiates it. He's a monster. Look at this.
Bang.
Just drops his hip straight into the contact.
Here's Spencer. One of a group of volatile characters taking part in the game tonight. There's another one, JWH. Brown, Radley, Aloye. It's a tinderbox as well as a final. And here's a break by Watson.
Starting to open up.
It is. And again, another break straight through the centre of Manly's defence. That's a worry, Smith. Knocked down by Ben Trbojevic. It's pretty messy, this Manly defensive line.
Ben Trbojevic, he showed his inexperience then. Might touch on that later.
Unable to put Crichton on the deck. Keary ducks into the line. Wrapped up in a good tackle there by Lawton, a desperate one as well. Aloye was part of it too. Bradley playing on. Terrell Mays out there. Tackle right in. Oh, 6 more. He manipulated that beautifully. And our penalty.
You're in the ruck and he locks the ball on.
Yeah, they might settle things down here, the Roosters, and take the 2. And 6 points to 0.
Well, mate, ideally,
it's been a helter-skelter start.
He goes slow in the ruck, which puts himself there. So there's now an obligation for him to get out of the way.
Of end-to-end footy. They might just settle things down here, the Roosters. Get out by more than the converted try.
They will take that shot. has not missed a goal at Allianz Stadium, this man, Joseph Suuali. I'm confident that from in front we're not going to mock him. What a breakneck beginning. 25, nearly 26 minutes of intense, entertaining, open football.
You've got yourself there.
It is a sight to behold, a sparkling Allianz after the most beautiful of Sydney days. Roosters 8, Manly 0. You take out the first half against Penrith Andrew in week 1, and admittedly it was a fairly lopsided scoreboard, 24-0, but since that point onwards, the Roosters have actually looked very accomplished.
It was around this time where they really picked it up, the Roosters. It was on the back of this man coming on, Spencer Leniu, along with Terrell May and White. When they came on the field last week, the momentum, it swung. He's a good player, Terrell May. He's building as a front rower.
Scores some issues on the Roosters left edge. He's lost the boot. Reuben Garrick was quite charitable. Normally they throw it into about row 20. He only threw it a couple of metres that time. Turbo fielding a kick in the corner. This Manly side rallying back from a couple of tries down on 2 separate occasions last week. No field position for the bulk of that game, yet still to salvage the most memorable win. Here's Bullimore, and that is good yardage with his first carry of the game. Out to the halfway, Brooks down the left-hand side, played every minute of the season for the Seagulls this year. And now Jake, tackled by 3 of his Origin teammates there, over the 40-metre line. Terry Evans, tantalising kick this one. The chase in the form of Garrick, who copped a knock actually. He's a little slow up, but I think he's okay. Now Tedesco back towards the markers.
He's holding the shoulder, Reuben Garrick. He stayed on the ground for a couple of seconds, holding the left shoulder.
For Nat Butcher now. Experience off the bench. An offload by May. And they've found some success through the middle of the ground here so far in the game. Smith captured in Ben Trebojević's tackle. Here's the last. It'll be Keary. Comfortably taken by Turbo. Hapawate again for Manly. Just 4 victories on the road this year, although last week very courageous and bucked that trend. They need to do it in back-to-back weeks to advance through. Play by Gary. Some confusion. Eventually Turbo ends up with the ball. Whoa, pressure pass, but a good offload from Olavatu to Lehigh Hapawate. Keary, important legs tackle made. Time for Cherry Evans to kick, drop punch style. Taken by Tedesco, who sprints back. Oh, he wanted Turbo to stick to his wing and offload. after all the bells and whistles of the opening 15 minutes or so, it's found a little grinding period this game.
They look fast, the Roosters. Playing the ball quick. Everyone's moving as one.
Another great tackle by Jerry Evans.
He's doing his judo.
Oh, that's glorious. Tedesco across to Tupou. Tedesco's back there. It's another one. What a try. Great passing.
Great passing, great timing. What a play this is. Down the short side, James Tedesco, well, he started the set-off on the kick return. Quick play the ball. So fit, James Tedesco, always in the game. Just watch him come from the inside of Luke Keary. Harvey Norman replay, and then drift around the outside. Lehigh Hopewadi a few steps behind the defensive line, and then supports Tupou and finishes off the movement. That's a big play by a big game player, James Tedesco. Starts on the inside and then drifts to the outside, creates the extra number. What a wonderful play.
Well, the Bulldogs got on a couple of times down this side of the field last week of Manly, and Garrick was going in, and Lehigh Hopewadi, he was back for the kick, and that was a carbon copy. Garrick goes in. Hopewadi's back worrying about the kick. And they skinned him on the edge. The no-look pass from Keary was pretty.
We're splitting hairs.
This time of year, you can't wait for penalties or six against sometimes. You've got to be able to play under fatigue. And like you said, Billy, James Tedesco started down the other end. He spotted a small little gap outside Daly Cherry Evans. That started a nice momentum set. And it finishes with a nice play from Keary and James Tedesco down a blind side. You can't wait for a lucky break. You got to make your breaks.
Billy, do you think Teddy's been watching all the raps Kalen Ponga's been getting and wanting to make a statement?
Well, I think he's just going after his game. He does it every week. He hides himself so good. They don't even know James Tedesco's on the play until he's got the ball in his hands and he's created the extra number. He starts on the inside and then drifts late. He's a wonderful player, always in the game. And Freddie just mentioned it. He started the set off on the kick return. He said, I'm not happy with that. I want another play.
It's a big kick. 14's a lot different to 12.
24 from 24 at Allianz. The big right to left curler coming. Oh no, he's kicked it straight, and he's kicked it straight through them.
Come on.
14-0. The Roosters bounding out. Now, Ben Trbojevic has found himself on report for this hip drop.
And as an opposition, you're down by 12. But when you're down by 14, especially as a playmaker, you start getting a little bit nervous. As you know, it's 3 scores you got to get. Big difference.
Put down at the 30-metre line now, Matt Butcher.
Once again, getting him with Daly Cherry Evans. He's made some tackles. There's another one. It's up to 15 tackles, Cherry Evans.
That comes to Lau. Slipping as he arrived at the Roosters' defence. Well, they would love to state the obvious, a score before half-time to try and at least start a revival on the scoreboard. But the Roosters are controlling things well here. The leg speed of Bullimore. Contained by Butcher. Brooks digs in. Time to Ben Trbojevic. They go over the halfway. Ben saying, I got tackled high, ref. Grant Atkins didn't see it. And Brooks. Aerial. Tedesco poised. Surrounded by Manly jumpers.
This is where they beat the first 2 or 3 plays after the kick reception. The Roosters, they're outside backs. Here he is, Suuali, offload. Dominic Young, Manu, Tupou. They get forward so well.
Jerry Evans off there. A wonderful fan.
Well, they swapped sides. They put Cherry Evans defensively on the other side to try to lessen his workload.
Well, he chased the kick, Cherry Evans. He got stuck over there. Brooks just flipped over the other side.
May, another good run and an effective offload finds Watson, who immediately engages Suuali, stepping back inside, floats it over the top. Terrell May now. He keeps it alive. Ball on the ground, picked up by Sandon Smith.
He got him.
Play number 4. Smith through them. Smith to the fullback. Tedesco steps inside. It's another Roosters try.
Oh, the offloads. But the offloads and moving the ball laterally, getting the ball to their strike players. Geez, they're looking sharp, the Chooks. But the offloads in the middle of the field. They move the ball left to Suuali. Harvey Norman replay. And then the ball comes to the middle. What's this? Moves the ball, gets the ball one-on-one. Big footwork, gets in the middle, throws it back, gets to a forward. Forward goes forward, throws it out the back. Gets into a speed man, Sandon Smith, watch the right foot step. Goes the line. Here it is here. Stands up Turbo. That's a big try on half time.
Yeah, what a time to score your first NRL try on the big stage in a semi-final. And Sandon Smith, been much spoken about. Sam Walker and the injury occurred a couple of weeks ago. Well, it's this young man's time. He didn't hesitate. He looked dangerous running the football, sharp on his feet.
Billy, when you go from one side to the other as a half, sometimes you can feel lost. Cherry Evans, he's normally defending on the right, goes to the left. He's timing that. Even his footwork defensively, he looked a little bit lost there, Daly. Pretty much his whole career he's defended on the right-hand side. Yeah. Swapped him over to the left.
It's different. Yeah, the fatigue showing as well. No support from the inside. Again, the Roosters looking fast.
What's the touchline, Matty?
After trailing 24-0 against Penrith at halftime last week, the Roosters have flipped the script. They're ahead 20-0 against Manly here in the shadows of the break. A short restart, trying to win some possession back, but it won't work.
They want to be careful here, Manly. They look down on their feet. And where the Roosters, they're flying at the moment. 7-tackle restart. Now they've moved Daly back. He's come back to the right side.
And we only need to think back 24 hours to last night. The Sharks dominating. 24-0 at half-time. Here's a little intercept by Ben Trbojevic.
Tupanua puts another one down.
And now Olavatu carries Keary for a few metres. Just over 90 seconds. The modern game can change so quickly. Can Manly find a strike Brooks sends Lawton towards Tupanua.
It's a Westpac red zone. Roosters double, play the balls. The opposition's red zone.
Brooks from one side to the other. He takes on Keary, but Crichton closed off on the inside. 4 tackles used. Here's a kick by Cherry Evans. Olavatu's there. They've got one.
Well, they go to their gun players, Cherry Evans. Great vision. I wonder if Olavatu, whether he called this play, because Cherry Evans was going the other way. His vision was towards the post. Harvey Norman replay. Here's the drop ball. He just spills it. That's his second, Suuali, for the half. Watch Cherry Evans. He's looking out. Oh no, they communicated before. Olavatu anticipates and gets through.
What about the bounce?
You saw them look at each other before Daly gets the ball. They communicated that well. Fullback defending in the line. Olavatu, what a weapon this bloke is. Freddie.
Well, apparently they found him in the basketball court outside of Brookvale. While the team was training, he came down with a few of the other blokes and just thought he'd spend some time out on the court. They thought this bloke might be able to play footy. We'll go and see if he wants a game. Scoring tries in semi-finals. What a spotting. Spoke about the ground before the game, how firm it was. That ball just bounced straight into his guts.
Oh, Garrett. He sprayed it.
Right to go, Kevin.
Well, that was a wonky kick before half-time, but the most important thing is Manly have found a break in the Roosters, albeit a bit of Cherry Evans wizardry. 20 points to 4.
Stay back.
40 minutes left to determine our final team through to the prelims. And Melbourne's sitting back watching all of this unfold. Aloiai playing it. Trbojevic, part of that dramatic opening. 2 HIAs in the first 2 tackles. He's fortuitously returned, but Tolu Kola not as lucky. Ruled out in the first tackle of the game. The match winner from last week. One of the speed machines. A mistake at the ruck.
You're going to challenge it.
He looked straight to his captain.
Okay, back go to captain's challenge. Tackle was tackle 4. I've ruled lost. He's claiming in ruck interference.
Tupanua's left boot actually touches the ball when he's stepping back.
I think he's just exiting the
So
ruck.
Teli Tupanua is just looking to clear the ruck in a normal motion. Josh Aloiai places the ball onto his foot and loses it. Challenge is unsuccessful.
Roosters ball. No more challenges, Manly. Time on. Scrum. Scrum's over here. We get to choose. Tom, cut the ball,
So
mate.
first set after half-time, Manly failed to complete, and the Roosters presented with an attacking chance here. The 2024 NRL and NRLW Telstra Premiership Grand Final is on sale now. The tickets are going fast. Get there to witness the impossible happen. Accor Stadium, Sydney, October 6. It's the long weekend Sunday, NRL.com/tickets.
Well, the Roosters are taking this scrum all the way over to the right-hand side of the field. All the players out to the left. And Joey Munn is the first receiver.
And pulls through to great effect. Drags the Seagulls defenders with him. 15 away. The Roosters poised to strike. 3 tries already. Leniu. His Origin skipper wrestling over the top. Played pretty much in the middle of the field. Nice play here. An overlap out wide. And the gap emerges for Daniel Tupou to score career try 163.
Bit of variation there with Angus Crichton. when you hit a back rower, the outside defence cannot rush. The outside defence from Manly. Just watch the outside defence. Harvey Norman replay. Watch Garrick. Gets the ball. They got to back off and stop. So it gives Tedesco time, and then he frees up Tupou. Just that little run-around, turn-up play. The defence has to stop. Out the back. Once again, they get him on the edge.
Yeah, he's had quite the season, Angus Crichton. Showed his skill there. Hit a little outline. Turned the ball out. And Daniel Tupou. What a player he's been. Top try scorer for the Roosters.
There's no need again for Garrick to come in there. Cherry Evans had Angus Crichton one-on-one. Whether Garrick is thinking, I've got to help my halfback, but we've seen in the first half, he does that hip toss daily.
We were talking about Olavatu in the first half, Joey, with movement around him. When those big, wide-running back rowers get the football, and the defence thinks they've got to stop them. I'm sure that's what was going through Garrick's mind.
Doesn't feel all that long ago Daniel Tupou went past Anthony Melicello. He's left him nailed to the post in racing speak, by James McDonald. So can he continue this run? 26 from 26, right out wide. He didn't hook the first one. There was a straight kick. This one is hooking, but it is successful. It's another one for Suuali. What a start by the Roosters. Missing the key troops, particularly the number 7, Sam Walker. But at 26-4, they've got Manly right where they want them. Played by Terrell May. Now Butcher. Stopped by Aloyo, assisted by Jake Trbojevic. And across to Crichton. It's time here for Sandon Smith. Kicks underneath it. Fielded by Talau. The kick chase is very effective. Trbojevic out on the 30-metre line. Now Lehigh Hapawadi. Brooks. Tupanua with an important tackle. Through Jake Trbojevic. Now Daly Cherry Evans. One side to the other. Garrett trying some footwork, but read beautifully. Good tackle, Suuali around the waist. Into that eastern touchline, Cherry Evans with a kick. A few of the Manly players trying to get through to administer some pressure. Tedesco taken 5 metres out from his own line. Felt it was always going to be a challenge for Manly to back up from Sunday. They put so much into that win. But more to the point, they were brutalised by that Bulldogs defence. They really got tackled ferociously right throughout the game.
Look at the metres
gained, yeah. No Manly players run for over 100 metres yet, and there's 4 Roosters.
So Turbo Stretching out to the best of his ability. He's clearly under duress. Ben Trbojevic, immediate shift here out to Leo Olavatu. Now Garrick. Moved to third on the Manly all-time point scorers list last Sunday. Overtook Bob Batty, who played fullback for Manly throughout the 60s. Just Graham Eadie and Jamie Lyon ahead of him. Brooks now. Nice little bit of play there, but a great tackle from the inside. Butcher and Keary shut down the opportunity. Cherry Evans looking for something. A kick here from Olavatu. And he chases after it. Crichton spills it. Oh, backwards.
Yeah, it went backwards. It went backwards, then came off a boot. Correct call.
He's got a tricky little kicking game, Olavatu.
He's got everything. And you know they're big, but when you stand next to him, he's a giant.
I imagine he's pretty handy on the basketball court too. So Keary. Another long kick. Manly being asked to work out of their own end. So they've got the points on the board here. Trent Robinson's Roosters. Can these experienced players guide them home from a very dominant position and a dominant possession count also? A dummy and run by Brooks. He's got electric pace. It's one element of his game which is perhaps slightly underrated. Now Talau trying to set something up from long range here, Manly. They did it with that remarkable try late in the game against the Bulldogs last week. They've got numbers suddenly out to this right-hand edge. Olavatu, the tap on, misses the mark, and it goes over the touchline.
No, it wasn't the play. I know they're chasing points, but
In the middle, play the ball.
went for the all-in play. Just watch here, rushing defence on the outside. Tupou sees the threat, comes in. And that's what happens when you're behind, chasing points, the risk reward. Now they give the Roosters set start around halfway.
More than a little bit of pressure on the Roosters heading in here tonight also with respect to their finals record. Certainly the Sharks have been in the spotlight about it throughout the week. Suuali!
Well, this is not... This
Touched
is not
by Manly.
Touched by Manly. It's your ball.
This is really poor defence. This is
Knock on
4
Manly.
attackers on 4 defenders.
Roosters feed. Tom touches the
I
ball.
think David Cherry-Evans defending at centre. Watch him come in on Crichton. And Hopewadi's backing out. Once again, they're not working together on that edge. One's going in, one's going back. Number one rule is you've all got to go together. Well, that actually hit Connor Watson on the moustache. That was play on. Yeah, it hit me on the moustache. Look, he's actually grabbing it. Tom Selleck, look out.
Once you grab a razor. The finals record I was talking about won 2 of their last 8 finals games, the Roosters. Very surprising. Magnum PI, Andrew.
More like Ned Flanders. Kids at home would know who Magnum PI is.
Ruben was early.
Obviously showing old reruns on one of our many 9 channels at some stage, I'd imagine. Half an hour to play, 26-4.
Well, Luke Keary barking instructions.
I like that, Billy. The message from the bench was to take 2, and Carey just waved him away. I like that confidence.
Well, you can see how much purpose he wants in this set too. We'll see what they've got up their sleeve.
Eventually stopped by Bullimore. You feel they're cooking something else up here, the Roosters. Gee, they look confident, don't they? Crichton Storming onto. Oh, wow. Did it hit the line? He thinks it did.
I think he dropped the ball.
We're going to knock on.
He lost the ball.
Yeah, he was spinning. Hard to stop that close to the line, Angus Crichton.
Manly feet.
Hamoli Olavatu was in there. And he spins.
It just
Well,
slipped out.
he plants the ball down short and then it drags along the ground.
James is claiming that he's actually been held back as a support player.
Okay, so they're going to have a look at a challenge here. James Tedesco. And he said, I was held back as a support player. Let's look at the number one after he passes the ball.
Daly Cherry Evans.
So
At this point here, he continues to hold James Tedesco off the ball. So we're playing on at this point.
Will this be a bin? Because this is a try-scoring situation.
It's at least a penalty.
Just need to make sure we don't get a grounding from Angus Crichton.
Acknowledge that.
Angus Crichton loses the ball short of the line. We're ruling out any professional foul because Angus Crichton at no point's looking to pass the ball. The challenge will be successful.
So it'll be a penalty.
It's your penalty. Go back.
Can I play devil's
I'm only
advocate and
speaking
say he wasn't looking to pass the ball?
We're ruling out professional foul. We're ruling out professional foul because he's never looking to pass. However, a sport player is taken out, so it's penalty against you.
Well, you can see everyone on the same page in those three plays. And that was all down to Luke Keary and demanding instructions, making sure everyone understood their role. It looked like they might take the two on this occasion.
They will have another shot. Pass it because he wasn't there. Suuali to extend this kicking streak. What are we at? 27. So if he's perfect with the boot tonight, he'll go to rugby having never missed a goal at Allianz. Which means he'll be the goal kicker for the Waratahs.
I was going to say, does he know how to backflip?
Oh, the pressure's on now. Never in doubt. Four converted tries, the difference. And Lenu, wrapped up by Jake Trebojevic and Carl Lawton. Gee, we were optimistic there when Olavatu got that try on half-time. Just hasn't been that energy or execution about Manly out of the half-time break.
Well, they haven't been given a chance either. Roosters are 7 from 7.
All of this stuff, hasn't it? The complete sets, kick long.
Well, that's a simple part of the game. That's what the good teams do. They get this simple part of the game right. They kick long, and they get their line speed up in the face of their opposition. They win the field position, they win the ruck. They do it time and time again.
Ooh. Connor Watson's had plenty to say here. There's a drop ball. He wasn't happy with Matt Lodge. I don't know if the forearm came in and hit Connor Watson, but he came out of that tackle when the ball was dropped. He had plenty to say. No, just palmed him off. Freddie.
Well, the one thing Trent Robinson will want, he wanted his team to finish this game off. Over the last couple of months, they've faded in the back of second halves. And if you just go back to the semi-final last year against Melbourne, they were beat in the last minute with a Will Warbrick try. They were up 13-12. Will Warbrick scored the death to win the semi-final. This is crucial this last 25 minutes.
Geez, that was a worrying sign there from Cherry Evans going for intercepts.
Just thinking back further to that game, Brad, too, they went down to Amy Park, given basically no chance of winning that, and you were very correct. They came within seconds of doing so. So not a dissimilar situation to the one that they will face next week in the grand final qualifier, assuming they go through. Waiting here, Sandon Smith on the right edge. Manu back underneath. Gets the arm free, toying with them. Tupanua, now Watson steps away from Paseka. They're lining up here. Tedesco gets another one, and the Roosters are crowing here at home.
Well, James Tedesco in his 250th game, and he picks up his second try. And just watch Joey Manu. I was hoping they scored a try so we get a replay of Joey Manu's offload. What a player this right centre is. Harvey Norman replay, just drifts back across the field, beating Manly Sea Eagles all over the place, holds the ball out like an orange, and then finds Tupanua. Great footwork there by Connor Watson. And James Tedesco, like he's done all night, he's never far away from the ball. Shows great speed to get to the try line. And they're having fun now, the Roosters.
How good's that camera? Super, super, super slow-mo. Look at Joseph Manu danced around. Like he didn't hurt himself then. Tedesco with his former flatmate, Luke Brooks, coming in. The way Manu got into contact there and the way he lifted the ball over the shoulder of Ben Trbojevic to free up the arm to get the offload. Just on top of his game.
See, there's a set of numbers.
Watch him here. This will show it perfect. He comes in to get tackled by Ben Trbojevic. And watch the way he lifts the ball over the defender. You lift the ball up so you can't stop the ball. It's a big part of defence, making the tackle, but you got to stop the ball. They are on fire, the Chooks.
For 29 in a row. He's had a year, Billy, hasn't he, Tedesco? I know, I'm conscious that there was that the Origin omission, but from a club point of view, after a performance last season that even he admitted was down at his best, he's hit back and been superb.
Well, his team were down last year as well. They go for a short one here. Joey Manu cleans up the scraps.
Oh, that was brave.
But the Roosters were down last year. I thought he was one of the better Roosters. He's a wonderful player. He's a wonderful player. He's all effort, and he's got plenty of class to go with it as well.
There's a high shot here from Luke Brooks. Nothing too bad, but in the modern game,
There we go, time's still running.
any arm that goes high.
Time off. I didn't see it. Let's go.
With Teddy, here we go. Let's have a look at Brooks on.
Oh, no, it's Matt Lodge.
There's not much in that.
Tedesco, game 250, 90 with the West Tigers. And 1/60th for the Roosters. Hit 47% winnings record actually with the West Tigers, and then 63% with the Roosters.
Play on.
Not to forget the amount of injuries he had early in his career. A couple of ACLs, I think.
Yeah, and 2 in the first 3 years.
Look at the hit-ups. 23. Not like he's saving himself. He's doing all the hard work. Freddie.
Yeah, just on the refereeing last night, actually, Klein had some players laid down looking for penalties and didn't give one away. And Grant Atkins did the same then. Sending out a message to the players, you play the game and I'll ref it.
It was a great game the way refereed that last night. I've got to say tonight, once again, top shelf.
Angus, get off! He's dead, hold.
Trbojevic wrapped up around the bootlaces by Suuali Tupouniua. It's quite a gap with respect to tackles, and 7 line breaks to nothing. Look, all the statistical areas very much in favour of the Tricolours. Turbo, well, there you go, the line break stats irrelevant. He's gone straight through them. Cherry Evans dancing, trying to find something. Goes in behind, pinpoint kick. It bounced for Talau, who juggled it, and I don't think he's controlled it.
Now, he knocks this ball.
Okay, mate, I'm coming to tackle 6 and got no try.
He has
Because of the first touch.
Yeah.
I think he actually then grounds.
He has to re-grip.
Well, he knocks it on to start with.
Jeez, that
Some of
was,
that's been cleared is onside.
that was play from Cherry Evans.
That tap there's knocked forward.
So he has to catch this.
Or knock it back.
Tommy Talau originally touches the ball.
Ooh. Well, he does knock it back, doesn't he? He doesn't gain possession, but he knocks it backwards and then grounds it.
Oh, that's a pretty good effort.
You've got to say the fingers go around the ball.
Yeah,
Tommy
around the
Talau
point
is
of the
ahead
ball.
of the ball.
He pushes it
His
back.
last touch pushes the ball backwards. We just need to see if there's a grounding.
This is a try.
At this point, after pushing the ball backwards, Tommy Talau grounds the ball in goal. We have a decision.
Got
How
it.
good is that?
Wow. Bit of one-hand wizardry from Tommy Talau.
But what about the leader, Cherry Evans? He looked in, he looked out. Keary, he turned Keary inside out. And then he looked up. I don't know if it was vision or just repetition. He thought, well, I'm kick to my winger here. Watch Cherry Evans. Goes in, Harvey Norman replay. Turns him inside out. And then looks up and goes, whack. That's great vision.
We saw Dom Young heading infield. I've got no doubt he was going to kick for himself. And then he saw Dom Young heading infield. He kicked to the space. Tommy Talau. Is there a glimmer of hope here, Joey?
Well, one thing, their halfback, David Cherry Evans, if they're going to go down, he'll go down swinging. He'll be moving the ball laterally. And one thing about Manly, when they score, they can score them in clumps.
Great strike. ...13 tries in 14 games for the former junior rep 5'8" turned winger, Tommy Talau. He's quick between the ears to regather the ball there. Great bit of skill. So Lodge, who played 18 games for the Roosters, seasons 22 and 23. He's lost the ball there. Oh, yeah, you got a late call, the referee.
Yeah, the touch judge, and he saw it.
Where do you want it?
Grant Atkins was obstructed from his view, but that one come from the touch judge.
It's in the middle.
And just a fumble in to play the ball. See Carl Lawton. The ball just comes free there.
What a stadium. Have a look at that.
Connor, in the ball.
Westpac red zone. The Roosters, once again, double to play the balls in the red zone area.
Collins back on the field. That's Manly's 10-metre line. Sandon Smith. Surrender tackles, so some extra time for Croker to get off the tackled man. Watson.
Hurt himself, Sandon Smith.
And now Terrell May. And they've burnt a few tackles in the early stages of this set. Smith's trying to get some mobility back into that leg as Watson dashes towards the post. A metre away. It'll go to Sandon Smith. He tried to kick through. Brooks with a good catch. And now a run by Lawton down the left-hand short side. Maria Hargreaves is pacing the sideline. It's his 17th game of the season, JWH.
Hands on him.
A lot of footy,
Unacceptable,
a lot
play
of it
the ball.
suspension. Danica, this is, as Andrew says, it really is just a first-class stadium. When it's full like this, it's one of the best in the world.
Yes, it certainly is. A big cheer just went up when Jared Rea-Hargreaves came on the screen as well. And they have just given us the official crowd figure. It is 80,818, 40,000 rather.
It feels like 80.
And 18 in attendance tonight, which is 1,000 just below the record here at Allianz Stadium. A great turnout.
Turning heads.
Turbo inside the 30 now, left of centre field. Crichton standing over him at marker. Away to Lodge. Ooh, that was a pressure pass. Kieran right at the line. They've run out of ideas maybe here, Manly. Looks like they're running out of energy as well. Ball on the Brooks. Another Kawatu. Well, it's generally a good idea to get him the ball, but nothing prevailing from that.
Yeah, all the energy's with the Roosters. And when you hold the football, you conserve your energy. So in defence, you can rush up. You saw Luke Keary come out of the line, shut the play down. You've got great line speed. You see Jared Rea-Hargreaves come back on for his second stint. I wonder if Trent Robinson's just had a word to Jared and just said, it might be a big game next week. Just make sure you're there for it.
I reckon he said that a few times, Billy.
Yeah, mightn't sink in.
Yeah, the game last night, the game tonight, I think the game is absolutely flying. I can't remember Rugby League's been in a better situation. Tedesco.
Oh, Tedesco from a mile back on play 5. Pulls through the middle, kicks over the top. Young's after it. Oh, the bounce, it favours someone. It favoured Young for a minute, then kicked back by Turbo. We got a penalty.
Wow.
Offside. It looked like Young was about to get that.
Well, this
Tom
looked
gets
like a
taken
set
off the
play.
ball.
It was the voice of James Tedesco. You just watch Angus Crichton on this replay. Angus Crichton gets the ball, and he has no idea James Tedesco's there, but he hears him. He gets the ball on the inside here, and then he hears James Tedesco. He just flicks it out of his left-hand side. Wow.
What about the turbos here?
Backyard.
Backyard footy. What a game he's having, Tedesco.
No, he ran him off the ball there. So that's what the penalty's for. Tedesco being taken out. The two star ones coming in direct contact. 7 from 7 for Joseph Suuali. He's going for more here. The Pacific's biggest sporting event is back for 2024. Witness the very best men's and women's players from across the 7 competing island nations. Glory and pride is at stake Get your tickets for the 2024 Pacific Championships, NRL.com/tickets.
Well, I said during the week that I think Kalen Ponga deserves the fullback position. I don't know. I think I have to take that back. The incumbent skipper, James Tedesco. Well, the performance tonight, Billy.
Well, it hasn't surprised me. This is just standard for him.
Do you agree? Coming into this game, I thought Kalen, without a doubt, should have the number one. But now, watching this performance, Tedesco.
Dylan Edwards has been super as well.
Isn't he having a knee off? Is that right? Is he going to miss?
An op?
I thought he was missing.
Okay. Mel might take them all.
Oh, Sanders Smith's kicking.
Well, Suuali, he went down with an ankle, lower leg.
He's protecting his goal kicking record. Smith, he's 1 from 1.
Well, he's hobbling too.
Next Saturday night, the Panthers and the Sharks will be duking it out for a spot in the grand final. It's the preliminary final from Accor. Can the Panthers continue their quest for 4 titles in a row? Will they make a 5th grand final in a row, or can the Sharks match the heights of 2016? 7 p.m. live and free Saturday night right here on 9 and 9 Now.
Well, Sharks fans, some turned out last night, but not enough. If you're fair dinkum about your team,
Stay back here.
get to Accor next week.
Stay behind.
They'll need your support if they're going to take on the juggernaut, which is Penrith.
Good take.
Stand up. Hold. Hold back. Stand down. Only wait. Hold.
Fahu White.
Was there a train strike last
There
night?
was, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why a lot couldn't get here.
Well, it caused a huge number of issues, and I think the line in Sydney, without boring people around the country, that was affected the worst was actually the Sutherland line, which would have got most of the Sharks up here.
Get out there next week. The team needs you.
Stand up. He's 10. Hold. Only wait.
Billy, would Craig Bellamy, how closely would he be watching this game at the moment, or would he watch it closer tomorrow?
Both, I'd say. I'd say they'd all be watching tonight. But they'll go through their preparation and make sure that they watch during the week what they need to watch. And it's been impressive tonight. It's going to be a big game next Friday night.
Roosters at Amy Park, gentlemen. 13 games, 4 wins, 9 losses.
40-20.
Away in round 20, out on the full. But as Brad has touched on already, that epic final last year where the Roosters so nearly pulled off an unbelievable against the odds victory, that they were gazumped by a Munster kick and a Warbrick catch. Brad?
And tonight we may have seen a reflection of the 8-day turnaround for the Roosters and the 6 days for Manly.
Yeah.
Remember, the Roosters go down to Melbourne. They're going to have a 13-day turnaround, while the Roosters, they'll be going on a 6-day turnaround.
I suppose every day's like gold at this stage of the year, Brad. Here he is again. Dragged down by Olavatu. Still 10 minutes to go here. I think it was lost into a Manly
Cross
play.
forward.
So the Roosters
Scrum Manly.
have only beaten Melbourne and Penrith once in 21 games. Freddie, have you got a theory why the Roosters have got a poor record against Storm and Penrith? Is it the way they play? Is it the way the opposition defends them?
The one thing that's been consistent over the years, I think, has been their discipline. Quite consistently, they've been the most penalised team.
Crichton loses the ball into the hand of Daly Cherry Evans, which is a knock on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
And the one thing Melbourne and Penrith don't do that, don't let you off. If you give them a penalty or a
Let's go, boys.
cheap get out of their end, it could be 10 minutes before you take breath again.
Are you talking mainly penalties, or are you talking completions and errors coming into trouble, or mainly penalties?
Well, this year the Roosters have been the most penalised and given away the most set of sixes and had the third most amount of people sin bin.
Strong defence. Lodge still stands tall, doesn't find the ground. Lawton into dummy half, struggling with the defence and winning a penalty for Manly.
Here's your mum. I'm way off, mate, but you've still...
Do you think Big Nelson will go at Jared next week? Does he take it personal? Big Nelson? Bill?
Yeah, not as much as Jared does,
Not many do.
but I'm sure they'll cross paths. It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
He's on a Olavatu ball wedged out.
But just watch the movements of this big man. He goes into Kiri, then watch the left foot step. What's the agility? 6'6", 115 kilo. Watch how he moves. Gets one-on-one with Kiri, gets bumper bars up, and then watch this left foot step here. And then Suuali gets a hand in there. They signed him long term, haven't they? Signed him for 5-6 years or something?
Yeah. Oh, Young dropped it now.
Yeah, that's a good decision. He's going to be a player for a long time.
5 completions in the second half from Manly. It tells the story. Brown through the hands. It comes out to Garrick. Great tackle, Crichton. Suuali's defence has been very strong, very imposing. Lawton shifts out to second receiver. Brown joining in. Here's Brooks controlling that left-hand side, and Ben Trbojevic pulls through. It's a pretty flimsy bit of defence there by the Roosters.
They're playing right at the defensive line here. Luke Brooks taking the ball deep into the traffic. And Ben Trbojevic runs a beautiful line here. Just inside Joey Manu and outside Smith. Just watch him go right into the line. Harvey Norman replay. And then speed at the line by Ben Trbojevic. Nice play by Manly.
And on the back of a poor drop from Dominic Young. Once again, getting big man one-on-one with Sandon Smith.
Fresh from their success at the Paris Olympics, our Australian swimmers head to Adelaide for the Australian Short Course Championship. It's a ticket to the World Aquatics Championships in Budapest. He's on the line. Kaylee McEwen amongst the stars lining up. Catch all the action from September 26 through 29. Exclusive live and free on 9 now. Billy, we've seen enough in the Roosters' effort here to give you optimism that they will be competitive against Melbourne next week. Bearing in mind what Brad says, very fresh again after that week off.
Absolutely. No one holds the mirror up to you like the Panthers do, and that's what they did last week. 24-0 in the first half against the Roosters, and the Roosters went back and had a good hard look at themselves, and they've turned it around. There's plenty to like about this Roosters performance. Plenty of energy, plenty of speed.
They're such a big team. They get greater share of possession. They're so hard to stop. They're outside backs. They're all well over 6'3". Their bench really strong. It's going to be a game against Melbourne. But if there's a team that can come up with a plan to beat any team, it's the Storm. What a game it's going to be.
Is there a twist in the tail of this season yet? There's been some unpredictable results throughout the year. Many upsets. Well, that transpire all the way through to the finals.
And again, the energy in defence. Just watch Joey Suuali just come up in.
Luke, where do you want scrum?
In the space of Daly Cherry Evans, he's up there and putting pressure on. They've attacked with the ball, the Roosters, and they've also attacked without the football.
So a full house to send the Roosters through to a grand final qualifier. They'll contend with another full house next week, but there won't be too much Rooster red, white and blue amongst the faithful. Another try on the notch for Daniel Tupou so far tonight.
It's grand final week AFL next week, isn't it?
Yes.
Next Saturday.
To the MCG, Andrew. The Sydney Swans are playing the Brisbane Lions.
Well, there's going to be people flying in from everywhere. Not much accommodation. Lucky the Roosters fans have got plenty. They won't be staying at caravan parks.
Comes out the other side of that contact, but he's a metre out from the line. It's a case for 6 more, but not given by the referee. Nafahu wide out to Kiri. Manu and Young waiting. Manu. Oh, stop. He's made it look like child's play.
There's that orange again. Now he got the ball where he wanted it as well. Luke Keary, he's done it on a string tonight. Beautiful kick. Nafahu White, he ended up with it on the last tackle. He couldn't get rid of it quick enough. Harvey Norman replay, gets the ball to the key man, Luke Keary, and he puts it on the spot. And Joey Manu, he shows his class, gets up there, takes it above his head. I'm just talking about the AFL. And then just flicks it out to Dom Young. They're a team, the Roosters. They're a team full of talent.
And Manu, not just the catch, but the incredible control to get the ball away in one hand straight on his winger's chest. 20 tries in the year for Dominic Young.
Billy, what about Friday? Do you think the Sharks can trouble Penrith? I think they need to improve a lot from last night.
Yeah, I think they need to improve a lot. I think they need to go after their attack. They need to find a different way to beat Penrith. And Penrith will be in the grind. They'll be playing the percentages. I think the Sharks need to play low percentage. Just go after the game. See if you can throw the Panthers off their game. Offload. Move the footy.
How good was Trindle last night?
Smith, crisp kick from touch, but unsuccessful.
Remember the old days of Rugby League Week? Were you still playing when the Rugby League Week was going?
Yep.
You'd get there every Tuesday and see what you got out of 10. Braden Trindle, he was close to a 10 out of 10 last night. He was the dominant half. You know, I was really impressed with too last night. Blake Brayley got out of dummy half more. He was a real run threat. William Kennedy was strong. Toby Rudolph.
It'll come down to their forwards, their middle forwards. They need to match Penrith.
Yeah, live and free. There it is. We'll see it next week.
And whilst at the start of a finals campaign, everyone hopes there's going to be a team bolt through the pack, we've got the top 4 facing off once more. Roosters take plenty of confidence down to Melbourne. It's been a campaign of what could have been really for Manly. Had they come out on on the winning side of a couple of those close margins, and they had a number of games throughout the year that were decided by narrow margins. They were very nearly a top 4 finisher themselves, actually.
You got to win those close ones.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
As it turned out, they ended up in 7th. Think about that game, and there's a few of them, I'm sure, but the one that immediately comes to mind, they led Canberra by a massive margin at home in the first half of the year and got run down by the Raiders. Well, he has just been so wonderfully brave, Tom Trbojevic. Dare I say, he probably wouldn't be out there if this was club football. He's terribly inconvenienced with shoulder and knee. But
he would have been out for 2 months after that injury. Grade 3, AC.
Incredible performance. So courageous.
Time off.
Yeah,
Time off.
4 to 6
Time
weeks
off.
at least with that sort of injury.
Time on.
Not only shoulder, his knee. He's got a dodgy knee.
On the line.
And
the other-
he'll be unavailable for the Pacific Test. He's going to go straight for an operation, I understand.
we just hope for all rugby league fans he can get back to his absolute peak fitness, because when he is free in his body, there are fewer, more dynamic footballers in the game. The Roosters have bounced back after being humbled by the 3 times defending premiers last week. They've come here to Allianz and they have done the job. They remain alive and they move through to a shootout with Melbourne for a spot in the grand final.